A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of Vision of Youth Entrepreneurs, proudly presented by KPMG MMU ambassadors. We are really sorry for the 10 minutes delay, but this event has been going on for 5 months now, thanks to the unwavering support of KPMG Malaysia and MMU's Entrepreneurship Development Center, ADC. I am Madhan Krishnan, and I am thrilled to be the MC for today's program. Throughout our past 4 episodes, we have been conducting our events virtually, but today we have something special for you. We have arranged a physical session for all those who have expressed interest in joining us in person. We understand the importance of building connections and creating a sense of community, and we hope this opportunity will provide a valuable networking experience for all of you. Thank you for being here today, and I hope you make the most out of this interactive session. Initially, according to the plan, we have to have Miss Amalina with us. But while she was on her way to MMU, her car tire got burst and she couldn't make it here today. Sorry for, not fulfilling all the expectation of the participants, and sorry for the inconvenience from our side. Now, let's talk about the exciting program we have lined up for you. Today, we are honored to have our remarkable individual with us who will share the insights and inspiring background. We have Mr. Jimmy, not only Permata Dunia of MMU, but also the youngest alumni to be inducted into Faculty of Engineering's Alumni of Hall of Fame. Within few years of graduating from MMU, he is now the founder and CEO of Mintygreen Healthcare Group. Mr. Jimmy's journey is a true testament to entrepreneurial spirit, and we are thrilled to have him here today. But before we dive into the topic today, I would like to give the guest the opportunity to share a little bit more about the background and experience that have shaped him into the successful individual he is today. Let's start with Mr. Jimmy. Here you go.
Thank you, MC. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's a great honor to be back here. This is my first physical sharing after COVID. I'm very happy to be back here. I'm thrilled to see all the young faces. And I remember how I was sitting at the right location 7 years ago when I first started my first venture. It's a 24 Angels Home Care. So that venture now became Mintygreen Healthcare Group. So previously we were named as 24 Angels Home Care. Yeah, it's a home care startup. So this is a 7 years journey. It's an incredible and exciting journey. I've grown a lot from a student to become an entrepreneur, from a one-man startup to become a 65 headcount of SME. So I'm very grateful to achieve that today. Let me just share a bit about my personal development. I just completed my Master of International Business last week at Monash University, Malaysia.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I try to improve myself in terms of my academic qualifications, because it's also part of my goal, right? When I go to investors, I have some profile to share. And I do have plans to pursue probably PhD or DBA in the future, but maybe not this year. I just want to get some rest and focus on my career. And as a Permata Dunia, I do make a commitment to come back here every year to give back to the younger juniors, because I was a great beneficiary when EDC organized such a sharing. So I think it's time for me to come and give back, to our juniors. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jimmy. I have a lot of questions to ask you because of your background and all the business,
go
but
ahead.
that's later part. It was really eye-opening, inspiring talk from you for now. Now we have heard from Mr. Jimmy. I hope all of you are excited as I am for the program ahead. Without further ado, let's dive into the topic and explore vision of youth entrepreneurs. For everyone's information, today's session is going to be in a form of forum where we ask the speakers the question related to the topic today, Opporthreat, taking risks in life and career. Our speakers will provide valuable insights and expertise to help us better understand the topic. So, Mr. Jimmy, my first question. Can you kindly provide us with a comprehensive definition of the term Opporthreat and delve into the reasons why paramount importance for entrepreneurs to fully embrace the concept of as an Opporthreat in the business endeavors? We eagerly seek to expand our understanding with the aim to explore the profound significance of Opporthreat for entrepreneurial success. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for the question. First of all, I would like to thank my very first mentor during my startup journey, Mr. Alan Lim. He is founder of MBAN. Currently, is a chairman of MBAN and also the advisor to an angel investment firm called Next Year. So my very first pitch deck, we did it together with a lecturer in MMU, Prof. Zaman. I hope he's online. So with that deck, I submitted to Alan Lim's company, and they listened to my pitch. After that, we successfully got the investment. So that's the very first investment we got back in 2017. So he mentored me how to become a better entrepreneur, because I was just a student. I don't know anything. Yeah, I just know how to go to exam and try to get good grades. I have no clue about what businesses are. So there's one thing I learned from Alan Lim, my mentor, is Opporthreat, the word. When there's opportunity, there must be always threat. When there are threats, you will have opportunity. So it's like, if you know yin yang, it's a very famous symbol you will see in the
Black
Kung
and white.
Fu movie, black and white. When you have the white, you must have the black. Yeah, when you have black, you have white. So in every threat lies opportunities. Yeah, this is one thing you must remember in your mind, right? So relate back to how I started my company. It's also due to Opporthreat, right? My grandma needed the senior care services in Penang back in 2015. I was still a student here. We do not have any idea where should we send our grandmom to after she had a fall at home. So we tried to search online, and finally we got a better nursing homes in Penang. It's near to the Gurney Drive. So from there, we understand there are so many gaps, yeah, in this industry, and the senior care demand is still growing fast, right? And we were not very satisfied with the services provided. So it is indeed a threat to our family, right? So after she passed away, I was very sad, and I feel I have something to do. I think I have the commitment and also the passion to go into this industry. Yeah, to make some changes. Yeah, so I'm happy to say that I've never switched my passion or changed my field until today, 7 years from now. I'm still in this senior care industry, right? So I grabbed the opportunity by doing the pitch deck first. Yeah, because we are just a student, we do not have any resources, networks, and so on. So I asked my lecturer, how do I start my business, right? If I want to start now without any resources, capital, nothing. So I was very lucky also. I would say I'm very lucky. EDC, which is where we are located right now, last time they do not have an office. Yeah, they are just like a small department formed by a very inspiring lecturer called Professor Dr. Zaman. So I think I am the very first batch, yeah, to pitch to them about this idea. We want to provide senior home care services to all senior citizens in Malaysia. So we do the slides together. Yeah, many changes being done. He taught me how to streamline the deck to be more attractive, lesser words. I know there are many students like to put a lot of words on the slides, which is not going to work. Yeah, we're going to change it into icons, graphics, statistics, validations. So from that 2-3 months of just doing that, I learned a lot. So and also not to forget, that time I was also deferred 1 year of study because I can't get to register the subject that I wanted to. So I have to wait 1 year just to take that one particular subject, you know. So that was a bad experience, and I felt I was left out by my fellow friends. But I didn't give up, because I think when one door closes, there will be another door opens. So I said, okay, maybe this year I should really try something different, you know. I even went to become a property agent, yeah, and also insurance agent. But both of them, I failed badly. I feel badly. Then after I recognized the difficulty to become a successful property and insurance agent, then I quickly start the home care business proposal. Yeah, and I learned a lot from the previous failures. So I guess that's how I define Opporthreat during my early stages of entrepreneurship.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Jimmy. But talking about the risk, right? Sorry for your loss first. And then the risk of taking care of the senior residents. I have a friend of mine, her mother recently got stroke.
Yeah.
And then initially he had to let her in a senior care sort of home as well. But what happened? They didn't take care of her properly. And
Mm.
there was one incident there. One of the caretaker poured hot water on her. She couldn't speak. He just found out that there was bruises on her arms and all that stuff. Okay, the risk is there. But
Mm.
looking at your background, you have pursued engineering,
Mm.
and then senior take care. I would say people who studying medical, maybe they want to be entrepreneur, they could select it. Being an engineer, let's say for example, all the engineer in automotive car, they have engineering background. Senior residents, engineering background. I can't see the correlation. I can see for the topic today, risk. It's really correlated because you've taken a risk to venture into the senior residents because if I'm a third person, I'm going to see, okay, he's doing medical business, but his background is not medical. How he's going to do well in the medical field. So how you faced it and how you got the, how to say, opportunity or how you see the risk as opportunity for you being
Definitely.
pursued your studies in engineering.
Yeah. Definitely, that was the craziest decision in my life, I would say. But that crazy decision has, I think, made me to someone successful and who I am today, right? I think you all know with the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So I think that has proven. So when I said I want to start a home care service to take care of the seniors, none of my friends, I would say, they have a clue. They didn't object, they didn't say they feel funny, they didn't say anything. Huh? But I'm very firm and I'm very passionate that I want to do it. Although I don't have any friends supported this idea because it's too far-fetched, right? It's too far-fetched from just an electrical engineer. You want to go to senior care, and I have zero knowledge of it. So that's a fear. That's a fear, okay? So the scariest part is I have to get the resources in the nursing industry in terms of the be it advisors or the caregivers or the physiotherapists through online or by friend referrals. It was tough. It was tough. If you ask me, I want to get a group of engineers, it's quite easy, right?
Yes.
It's quite easy. All my friends, all my seniors, they're all engineers. So if I want to start an engineering business, it's relatively easier. So what I did was I emailed to all the nursing lecturers in Malaysia. That's how I started. Because I want to get their advice, yeah, their knowledge on how to run a senior care center, right, with the help of the nursing lecturers. So maybe I let you all have a guess, right?
Okay.
I think I've emailed to close to 30 to 40 institutions, to nursing lecturers. So end up, how many nursing lecturers willing to meet me and become my mentor? Who want to guess? 2. And I guess 5. 1. You're right. Out of 30 attempts, I only got 1 reply. Yeah, I only got 1 reply. But for the other 29 attempts, right, I didn't give up. You know what I do? You want to guess? No. Another. When you all do event, you all always do. After cold email, followed by cold calls. Yeah. After cold email, you follow by cold calls.
Yeah.
So that is the can-do spirit and the perseverance I always have. Yeah. So if you want to do something very seriously, I think you really need to go all out by any means, anyways, right? So coming back to your question, yes, it was a very weird decision by an engineering graduate. When I always go out and tell people I'm in this senior care industry, but I study engineering, all of them in awe. They all feel, what? You are doing a senior care, but you are just engineer. So are you able to do senior care business well? They adopted it. But now we have 125 beds in West Malaysia. I think that is a valid proof, right? We also have locations in Penang, Balapas, my hometown, right? After COVID, last year, I made a very quick decision. I want to expand our business to Penang because there's a hometown I feel in. I need to do something for my hometown, right? Because all my centers are all in Klang Valley, Kepong, Klang, Kajang, and we will have a Subang facility soon. Cyberjaya soon, for Muslim care center. Yeah, just for your information. So we are growing very, very fast. Yeah, we are growing very, very fast. So I think this is proof, right? Ruthless execution is key. When people say, no, you can't do it, they are in doubt, if you are strong enough, you're good enough, you can prove to them you're wrong. Okay, thanks.
All right. So I have a follow-up question as well.
Yeah.
Okay. This raising a question of me that, okay, you study engineering. Can I know, are you applying any skills or any theories you study engineering in your business?
Oh, a lot. Good question. Yeah. So those who online or maybe somebody who watched the YouTube video later on, if I were given a chance to study degree courses again, which courses I would choose? I would still choose engineering. Because engineering is the father of all courses. Okay? I graduated from Monash University in Master of International Business. I'm using the degree in electrical engineering. But if you study business, you want to go to Master of Science Engineering, it's not possible. It's not possible. So I was lucky. I have chosen engineering to be my degree study. So after I graduated, I have many choices. I can go to many fields, business or finance, banking even. And of course, I didn't know engineering can open up so many doors for me. So during the 3rd year or 4th year of my study, I was looking for an answer.
Okay.
So I attended a lot of forums, conferences, and looked at the profiles of those corporate leaders. Then I noticed, oh, they are engineers who successfully become a stockbroker, CFO, and also banking industries CEOs. So I was very surprised, engineer can switch to banking or business industries, and they are all very top level. So I understand, okay, after I graduate from engineering, I can go for a Master of Business, and maybe in future I can do PhD in business. So in terms of the skills, engineering always stress on one skill, which is simplification. Yeah.
Right.
I think many of you studied MX before. So engineers, when we enroll into the course, the very first and second year, we did a lot of math. It's all simplification, a lot of algebra, all this. So they give you a lot of complex expression, right? Ask you to simplify. So all the engineer students, wow, we will spend 1 hour just to solve one expression. Yeah, but that trains us to be very good in simplify problems. So problem-solving skills and make complicated things to be simpler things is a skill you must have when you go out to work, right? Not necessarily only applicable in entrepreneurship. You can apply these skills in anywhere. Yeah, in corporates. Simplify the complicated things. Don't complicate the simple things. That's bad. Yeah, and I notice a lot of students or even graduates, they like to complicate simple things. So there's bad. Yeah, and one last thing is critical thinking. Critical thinking. You always need to think out the box and find problems when you are thrown with a very instant challenges. So I think I'm very happy to be an engineering graduate.
Thank you. Actually, I'm doing my degree in IT, and when you tell you did maths, I actually miss maths a lot because everything is about programming, and we are not doing maths. Okay, actually, the reason I asked why, are you applying your theories you studied in the engineering?
Yeah.
Now, students, when we talk about the risk, the topic today is risk in career or life. They think that, okay, they look into the profile of Mark Zuckerberg and then all the other entrepreneurs, they become millionaire in the age of 22 to 25. And then now in Malaysia, there's a paradigm where, okay, they're saying, okay, I'm going to take risk where I'm not going to study. I'm going to try doing business in the age of 20, maybe using their money from their parents or by seeking for funds. They're telling that, okay, I'm taking risk by not studying. That's the mindset for most of the students. And then this is a problem even Ministry of Education trying to overcome. So your risk, you're going to talk about the business. Okay, now the topic today is about risk as well. So for the students who have entrepreneurial spirit in them, even when you do the degree in engineering, you're saying you can apply the theories to study in business of senior residents, even though it is not correlated. So how you think education is important for entrepreneur?
Education.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, I would still say education changed lives. Education has grew me to become a better person now from uh, who I was many years ago. Yeah. Definitely, education can shape the younger generation to become a better person. But no doubt, there are many entrepreneurs out there, they did not have a proper formal education, but still managed to achieve great success in their businesses. I do have many friends, they are doing great now, right? With just Form 5. But one thing I realized in their characteristic is they learn everything. They learn everything, as in they are good learners. They are fast learners, they are good learners. They don't choose which knowledge to learn or not. They are like a sponge. They learn everything. So there's something I want to uh, remind all the students out there. If you are studying businesses, maybe you should also learn some programming skills to upgrade yourself, and also some digital marketing, and learn some organizing skills in the events. So you'll become a better candidate when you go for interview, or if you want to become your business owners. Because I think with the society nowadays, where you have all the social medias and every information available online, if you only have one set of skills, I think you are quite hard to be, to compete with others. But of course, you need to have one specific skill that's very good. It's like lawyer, they must be good in doing the court cases, right? They must be good in knowing all the laws. But what if the lawyer has some other knowledges, like digital marketing, public speaking skills? They will be much more different than the other lawyers. That's how you differentiate yourself, right? So education, for me, I'm a great believer. Entrepreneurs, even they achieve great success in business, they should also go for a higher level of education. Like for me, and I also have friends who are currently undergoing MBA in many other universities, just to upgrade themselves and see different aspects of businesses. Because most of the time when those, I would say they didn't go through the formal education, but achieve great success in business, sometimes it's due to luck, sometimes it's due to their parents' guidance, sometimes it's due to their capital inherited. So they just do, bam, success. But when they want to grow to another level, maybe they want to bring the business to the next level to make it more corporatized, listing, list on the stock exchange, go abroad, that's another level. Yeah, you can't always use the same level of tools and skill set to manage your business. Yeah, so education, don't skip. But Mark Zuckerberg, yes, they, they fell from the school, but they do a lot of self-learning.
True.
Yeah. I think you all know homeschool, right?
Yes.
And self-learning really play a big part in many young entrepreneurs nowadays. Go to YouTube, ask ChatGPT. And I also did a lot of self-learning, digital marketing through YouTube. So at the early stage, I did my own digital marketing without hiring anybody. Thank you.
All right. So I can conclude that it depends on the individual.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that when you don't study, you can just start up a business. It depends on luck. It depends on various factors. You can success or the business is going to die within few years.
Correct.
Maybe you can withstand for 1 year, but business or entrepreneurship is about withstanding in the field. It's not about just earning the money for 1 year and then you just die the next year. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Jimmy. Okay, the next question would be, we believe that personal stories have the power to inspire and provide valuable insights. With that in mind, we kindly request you to share a compelling personal example from your own career or business journey. Could you please recount a specific instance where you courageously undertook a significant risk? I believe you are now in the business field for 5 to 6 years.
7.
Oh, 7 years, sorry. So,
Mm.
you have taken a lot of risk to expand your business because
Yep.
you said a lot of branches in Klang Valley. And then while you're answering it, can I know why you're focusing more on Klang Valley other than other demographics in Malaysia? Yeah, we're eager to learn about it because the outcome of this endeavor and valuable lessons you gleaned from this experience.
All
Yeah.
right, great. Yes, in order to grow fast enough, there are a few methods. Either you raise funds from investors or you get loan, right? But getting investment, it takes quite a while. People need to do due diligence, pitching, and many rounds, you know. So at first, definitely, our company is young. We were unable to get loan. So after 2 years, in order to grow fast enough, um, we have to take risks, calculated risks, to get loan from the banks. But of course, there were misconceptions saying, "Oh, don't do business with loans. You know, it's very risky. What if your business fail? You're unable to pay back the loan. You'll be declared bankrupt." So all this fear and the noise. But of course, when we take up risk, we also have something to back up, right? You do your own study. How many of you from School of Business? Yeah, I can see majority of you from School of Business. Your lecturers taught you about a business model canvas, SWOT analysis, VUCA, pastel analysis.
Yes.
With
I
all the
understand.
tools, you just use all the tools and do the best analysis as you can to study the feasibility of the business, right? So if everything is okay, everything sounds good, and you can even approach mentors. If they say, I see it works, but maybe you need to watch out certain things, you know. So with that, you are still not confident enough to go, then maybe you shouldn't be entrepreneur, right? You should go to corporates and relax. Of course, you still gain a lot of money in corporate. I have many friends make big bucks in corporates. So not necessarily must be own business owner to be very rich. So I changed your mindset. And then another thing to say, you talk about the risk of getting loan and also what else?
The investment.
The investment.
Uh-huh.
The investment. Okay. Of course, with the loans that we get, we work very hard, right? Because we understand we cannot fail. So we need to do whatever it takes to keep the business thrive and to be able to serve the loan. Yeah. But of course, banks, they are all very smart people. They wouldn't loan to you without calculate their risk as well. So always remember, if the bank, they are able to loan to you, they must have done a lot of due diligence. They have checked everything. They have checked your parents, they have checked your account, they have checked your credit card, and so on. So if the banks, they are so smart and they are still willing to borrow you, let's say 1 million ringgit, are you willing to take? With all the business proposal being done, you have a great team, you're a mentor, you will take it. You will take it. That's how you take calculated risk. And you change the, you take the risk to turn it into a opportunity. Yes, that's why I want to share.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jimmy. If you are comfortable with it, can you share any instance where you borrowed a fund from business and for what purpose you borrowed from it?
Oh, all right. Most of the business, we will need at least 1.5 to 2 years to break even, right? So you will not have that much of cash flow to open another branches within a short span of time. So our target is to have 2-3 outlets at the same year. because our shareholders, they have bigger plans,
Uh-huh.
yeah, to move our companies to a higher level. So we need to grow really fast to compete with the other industry players. So we have many financial tools. Yeah,
Okay.
we still raise funds.
Uh-huh.
We also take loans, both.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Talking about loans, right? While we are talking about entrepreneurship, some have the mentality that while working, talking about loans, they feel like, okay, it's a risk that they have to burden, maybe for example, 30 years. If we're going to buy a house, for
Mm.
example, 250,000, some have the mentality that, okay, I would be just renting a house after I have a sum of 250,000. Then they save it, maybe put it in a fixed deposit somewhere they can earn the money and then buy it full cash, not having the loan. How I say it is, okay, you can do it, but when you're going to gather that amount, that's my question. But from your perspective, how you see it? Like people have to save and buy fully cash, or loan is the time you have to take. Everything should be. I like the term you use, calculated risk. So everything should lie into it, or you just still prefer that. Okay, you earn money and then spend it. Don't have to be like you get the money, you spend it, and then you can okay, like how the current trend, buy now, pay later. So you are okay with it, or you still going to say, okay, I have money and then spend it, not like like it's like a prepaid. Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely the person who will not pay with full cash.
Uh-huh.
I would say I will not. Because you need to understand um, the cash value. The cash value, it changes across times.
Mhm.
And if the banks are able to finance it and let you to bring it into more years to serve, then it's okay. But of course, usually, let's say the bank are able to loan you up to 8 to 9 years. Maybe you take slightly lesser, 5 to 6.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything when you overloan, you overdo so certain thing is not good as well. If we raise fund too much, also not good, right? You
Mhm.
have too many investors that you have to care, because investor relations kicks in when you have more than 3 to 5 investors. It's not easy to manage because all of them have their own expectations, their goal, their exit plan. So we must try to walk the middle path,
Uh-huh.
yeah, without overdo certain things. That's my advice.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. Okay. I think we can move to the third question.
Okay, good.
Okay. I think you will be the best one to answer this question. In every entrepreneurial journey, there are common fears and obstacles that can hinder individuals from taking necessary risks to achieve their goal. We believe that understanding these challenges and learning how to overcome them is crucial for aspiring entrepreneurs. Can you kindly shed light on some of the most prevalent fears and obstacles that individuals face on entrepreneurial path? Maybe you can share your example on your journey as well. Furthermore, we would greatly appreciate if you could provide some insight and strategies how aspiring entrepreneurs can effectively conquer this challenge, allowing them to embrace risk-taking and propel their ventures towards success.
Okay, great. Fear. Fear exists in every individuals, especially entrepreneurs. We have even bigger fears, right? The fear of unable to pay the staff salary, the fear of another COVID pandemic, okay, the fear of unable to pay back the loan, the fear of co-founders quit the company. So all set of fears, right? So whoever able to overcome the fear, walk through it, grow, then they will succeed. Yes. So those entrepreneurs who succeed, they must have overcome a lot of fears. And fears are usually created by their own self. Yeah. So, of course, when we are taking on bigger challenges, fear comes in, right? It comes in without any signal. So, you must understand yourself more. So, to overcome fear, there are a few solutions I always share to my staff. Upgrade yourself. Okay? Be a capable person. You have a lot of skills to overcome the fear, right? And not only skills, your social networks, your interpersonal skills. So upgrade yourself to mitigate the risk, right? The risk that caused by fear. And let me just share with you the greatest fear of mine when I started my company. So 2017,
Mhm.
I did have a co-founder,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
But after 3 months of working together with him, my co-founder left.
Oh.
Yes. So could you imagine you are just a student and your co-founder just left the company after 3 months and your company haven't made even 1 cent.
Uh-huh.
So the fear is tremendous. I have to take it all myself. And I suddenly become a solo founder. Yeah, it's just like a sheep, you're on your own. Yeah, nobody else.
At that point, have you invested into the business?
We have angel, that's before we engaged the angel investor. And luckily, the
Ah.
angel investor come in after he left.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. I think, but I want to say something to be fair to him as well. There's no right and wrong. Because that time, the company still do not see any future yet. Yeah, there's no solid business model.
Mhm.
There's no solid team. So for him, maybe he feel he want to go to a path which is safer and something can be predicted, right?
Mhm.
But for me, my risk profile is higher. I'm able to take more risks to see something in the longer term. But eventually, it's true that the risk is really high, and it took me more than 1 year plus to actually make some money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So luckily, he left also. If not, we are also unable to pay him. All right. So there's Opporthreat, I would say. Right. He left, and I'm the solo founder.
Uh-huh.
So the company just can afford my salary. Yeah, that's what happened. All right. Okay.
Okay.
That's all from me.
Following up, actually, what would have happened if now you have succeeded from your entrepreneurial path, but what if something have not gone well, and after he have left, you can't even perform well in your venture, and how your career path would have switched. Maybe you have explored other career path or other entrepreneurial journey, or you have continued your studies and then become an engineer just working in a company or something like that.
Great. Again, it's a matter of choice.
Mm.
It's a matter of choice. And I have great passion in senior care. So that time I'm at the juncture whether I want to go for this uncertain entrepreneurship journey or I take up the job offered by Huawei.
Huh,
I got an
okay.
offer from Huawei actually. It's 4,000 per month in 2017.
That was really good.
That's quite good.
Uh-huh.
At that time, it's very good. And then it's already waiting for my signature, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Because I was their seeds for the future.
Okay.
I think the program still exists until today. So another path is continue master and probably become a lecturer in the future.
Okay. Okay.
So among these three, I have three options.
Mhm.
But actually, the safest one is to grab the Huawei job. That's what most people advise me, and that's what most people will do.
Mhm.
But for me, I'm a bit weird, right? I always take the road less traveled. So I chosen the most difficult road, which is the entrepreneurial journey. No guaranteed salary, maybe no salary at that month also. So how do I live? But I want to challenge myself. I know if I persist, maybe there are bright future at the back there. But you just need to persist and progress to see that sunrise. Okay? So that's my risk taking at that time. I don't know. But if I were given a chance again, I would still do the same.
Mhm.
I will still forego the smaller reward in order to get the bigger reward. Right? Huawei is a big reward, yes. But sometimes you need to give up the big reward to get even bigger rewards.
Yeah,
But
true.
that takes some time. So you need to have the vision and the forward-looking mindset to see that. Thank you.
Okay. I have another weird question as well. I hope everyone can relate to the situation. Asians, right?
Asians.
Even we are self-prepared, we can see our vision, how our life is going to be. I would say not, maybe the term is not correct, but our parents will come into role and become a barrier for what we vision about ourselves. What, from their perspective, from their life, they can see that, okay, our son, we are sending him to university to pursue degree, and then might if from Indian perspective, everyone just want
Doctor,
that medicine or doctor or engineer,
lawyer.
lawyer. It's like very common. You can see most of the lawyer universities. A lot of Indians would
Fellow
be there.
Indians are there.
So I would say it's a Asian problem as well
It's a
because
stigma.
parents are not allowing their children to pursue it. So even if the children is not okay, I want to do entrepreneurship, their parents is going to brainwash their children, sort of. So how you see it? Like children, yes, they can argue with the parents, but they have a point for it. Maybe some parents can, okay, we have to work for the children's happiness, but some parent, they will be selfish with their what they want because they would say, okay, I have more experience, you're my children, you are living under my roof, don't speak a lot. Keep your mouth shut.
Okay,
Something like
okay.
that. So how you see this?
All right. Luckily, I obtained 3 scholarships.
Ah.
So they don't pay for the school fees, and they will not say, "Hey, I have invested in your education, so you have to better get a job, right? You don't go and do business. Maybe eventually you fail, you come back and live under our roof." So at the very early stage, I already understand, right? I'm a person who always very focused on my goal. In order to come to MMU to study degree, I've applied to almost every single sponsorship or scholarship organization in Malaysia. So luckily, I'm grateful to have Yayasan Tunku Abdul Rahman, to sponsor me full program with allowance also. So I think with that, I can convince my parents to allow me to go to entrepreneurship journey. And again, I promise my family, if I want to do business, I also will not take money from you. Okay? I will do a proposal as what we were taught in the school and look for angel investors. So I don't think the parents have any excuse, right, to stop you from pursuing your dreams. So again, it comes back to yourself. You are the son or the daughter of your parents. You should think from their perspective. You should really develop your skills, and you have valid reasons. You have valid reasons to explain to them, to let them have peace of mind, to allow you to pursue your dreams. So if we change the situation, I didn't score well in my SPM. I got maybe 1A, and they sponsored, they have to pay for my fees, 200,000 MMU, including the living allowance. I know it's not cheap, right? And then have to sponsor me the foundation cost. I think it's easily 300,000 nowadays. And I didn't get business investment from angel investor, and I said I want to open a business. I think if I'm a parent myself, I also wouldn't support that decision. So again, the same thing. So we should think on your parents' perspective. So it's not between the parents don't allow or whatsoever. I believe your parents are all reasonable people. Yeah, they are all grown-up adults. They have gone through more things than you, more challenges than you during their times. This time we are living in a very comfortable year in this century, post-20s. Yeah? So yeah, that's my justification to you.
Okay. Either you being lucky or that, I don't know. You scored SPM 1A and then you got Waita. I know Waita is
No,
not...
I got 9A.
Ah.
I say if the situation change, if the situation change, it become 1A, then I didn't get scholarship. Then I asked them to pay 300,000 to study in MMU. Then they wouldn't support me in the to become a business owner, right?
Yeah, true.
So, of course, 1A cannot get scholarship.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, how you got the scholarship? But you got Waita, and then
Waita.
if
And also the Star Education Fund.
okay. I think both of it is not bonded.
They are not bonded, yes.
Okay, I think you have made a good choice on it because I'm a scholar as well. Now I'm bonded.
TM.
TM, yes.
Oh, TM always bond people. They always bond people.
How you found out TM? Like it's because
Of course, I have many TM scholars friend. Yeah, they are serving in TM now. Yeah,
Okay.
but again, when you are bonded to an organization like TM, actually it's not that bad. You know, you have a very stable income, and also you can climb up the corporate ladder. Your bonuses probably more than us. So it depends on your capability and how you perform in the company, right? But again, TM scholars, yes, they are bonded. For us, Waita, we are bonded as well. But we are bonded to working in Malaysia company. Any company in Malaysia, we can work. So that's why we are bonded, right? But if you work in Petronas, but the Petronas office in London, you are considered also bonded.
True, true.
So it's a quite lenient way of bond. And I don't say, and I can't say my choice to apply to Waita is very smart because I actually apply all. Whoever can support me to go to MMU to study degree, I will take, regardless. But just that it happens that I fail in Petronas, Kazana, Astro, all fail. Then I succeed in Waita scholarship interview. Then suddenly, the decision become a smart decision. You understand?
Yeah.
Just it's memang like that. So this is called Opporthreat again. So when you think that the world already given up on you, suddenly something happened even better than the previous offer. Okay, that's all for me.
Even Petronas, you failed.
I failed. Kasana, I failed. I
Waita,
failed.
I mean, Waita itself is not easy to
Okay,
get.
if we analyze it from the technical perspective, the first interview session is always difficult because that was my first time to do interview face-to-face with the corporate leaders. I feel nervous.
I think I'm lucky in that perspective because all my interview was virtual.
Oh, virtual. So you can read from the script, is it?
I mean, I didn't do that, but technically, yes, we can do that.
Read from the script, yeah. Oh, last time and during my time, it's all face-to-face. So you're really trembling. Imagine all the dato sitting in front of you with all the tie.
Yeah, true,
They
true.
ask you those top-level questions, and you are just only 20 years old, 21. You're really trembling, I tell you. So the more I fail fast, the better I am because I learn from all these interview experience.
True.
I go to become better. I go to become more confident when I talk to the top people. So when I had the interview with Yayasan Tunku Abdul Rahman, there are also many dato and also Tan Sri pula. So I don't really feel the nervousness as I had in the first time. So I just look at them like I look at normal people. But I managed to excel in the scholarship interview. Then I got it. I'm very grateful for that. So keep on trying, exploring, growing, fail fast, grow fast.
Okay, thank you for it. I would like to suggest all the participants here as well, even though it's not related to it, if you have the chance to apply for a scholarship, at what cost, just go for it, gain the experience, because I was the first to get out of the shell. I scored in SPM, and then I was the only one applied for scholarship. And the reason was, I would say, no one would even think like that. I could have went to matriculation, but matriculation, we have to stay 4 people in a room. That was the only reason why I didn't want to go to matriculation, and the alternative option for me is to get scholarship. Because I won't go to matriculation, I will be ending up in a different university. That's the only reason. But after that, I got the scholarship. A lot of things changed. MCO, I was getting some allowance. It wasn't useful for me. It was useful for my parents. Because my parents' financial situation wasn't good. But I was getting allowance. I can help my parents. And then while you guys are studying, trust me, if you get the scholarship, it will be really helpful because you don't have to be dependent on your parents. Sometimes you have your own things to buy. Or sometimes there are unpredicted situations where last year, I broke my laptop screen twice in a single month. It's like if you go to your parents and say that, okay, I broke my laptop screen twice in a month, they're going to be mad at you. It was accident, but still, it's cost. I spent $1,000 just to get my laptop screen repaired. If you have your own backup, you don't have to be worried about it. You can be strong with whatever you do. Everything coming from your own self. So if you have the opportunity, go try for it. Don't be scared. Or you can get some experience from our friends. After I get the scholarship, I don't know, I have to be proud for this or not, all my friends are scholars, not TM, but in other organizations as well.
Wow.
All my friends group is a scholar now. So if you have the chance, just go for it.
I think he deserves a round of applause, right? Wow,
Thank you.
excellent. So now you are a TM scholar previously, Shell?
No, I'm TM scholar. Other friends, there are Gamuda scholars there, and then all the different companies,
Yeah, Of course, with the scholarship, not only they sponsor you the fee, you have allowance. So there are times you can, yeah, pay your own meals. That's the best thing in
Yeah.
life. You don't need to ask, Papa, Mama, I want to have some lunch. Can you pay me, touch and go me now? So, you know, that feeling. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. So we go for the next question. In the realm of entrepreneurship, finding the right balance between the calculated risk and reckless behavior is a delicate yet critical aspect of
Yes, yes,
success.
yes, yes.
As an expert in the field,
Yeah.
we value your perspective on this matter.
Yeah.
Could you kindly share your opinion on what you believe is ideal equilibrium, taking risk, calculated risk, and avoiding reckless behavior in the context of entrepreneurship?
Okay. To strike a balance between risk and reckless behavior, I think that's what most entrepreneurs get the right balance. That's what they get the right balance. Um, for instance, if there is a project that worth maybe multi-million, okay, it's a big project. There's risk and threat there, but of course there's opportunity. But for us to hit the right balance, what you need to do is to study the opportunity, right? That's why we need formal education or even mentorship. You will be equipped with all the right business tools, your networks to analyze the feasibility study of the business opportunity, right? So that's how you can strike the right balance. And of course, with the higher risk of the project or even challenges, opportunity, you don't direct jump into it, right? You need to take some time, but not too long also. Don't overthink, right? So you must really have the right balance. It's very hard to say now. It's hard to say than being done, I would say. Because now it's already in my 7 years of journey. So I roughly can get the feel of what is the right balance. So you need to really put yourself on the ground, right? Take action. Then only you will get the sense. That's why they say business acumen, right? Business acumen cannot be learned. You have to experience it. You have to experience it from the real life experience, failures, mistakes, move on, progress, learning. So there's no definite answer, but of course, the more you do, the better you are. Okay?
Okay. I have a follow-up question as well.
Yep.
Talking about calculated risk, I was going through your website, and then you mentioned that we are prioritizing on Chinese medicine, traditional medicines. Okay. I'm not sure you get to know about this or not. During COVID, people were trying to get the traditional medicine from Chinese and then Indians, and then on the same part, people were saying that okay, people working on the medicine from the doctors, it is not being effective. And then you're going to talk about traditional, it is not sure that is it going to cure cure the patient or not. Now, when you take the stand that okay, we're going to focus more on Chinese medicine, maybe I don't know much about it, people, are they scared about traditional medicine? Maybe some are preferable on it. Some, they would say, okay, I want the medication from the hospital, what they are doing and stuff. You are taking a stand that, okay, we are focusing more on traditional medicine. Don't you think that it's going to your target market is going to be very niche, where
You're right.
only people who going to like support the traditional medicine going to stand senior to your business? How
Alright.
you handle this?
Wow. You already did the homework well.
Yeah.
You already studied about our business model. Uh, TCM is our key differentiator, right, with our competitors. Because most of our competitors, they only focus on Western medicine. But we, in order to differentiate ourselves from our industrial players, we have the alternative medicine, which is traditional Chinese medicine, for our patients to explore and try. But for those who are willing to try and confident of the traditional Chinese medicine treatment, they will go for it. But we do not force those who do not believe in traditional Chinese medicine to take up our TCM treatment. Yeah, so you know, every businesses, you need to have a key differentiation, the unique selling point, right? I think many of your lecturers, they stress on what is your unique selling point, right? Like every senior care center, there are so many. There are at least a few thousands
Yep.
in Malaysia. So how do you stand out? How do you be different? That's the key, and that's how you can outcompete the others and thrive, right? Like I have seen many businesses. Let's say they sell the baju, clothes. They all look the same. They all look the same. There's no like specialty in one of the shops. Let's say 10 shops all selling the baju clothes. So as a consumer yourself, how do you choose? Price war, right? You choose the lowest price possible among them because you don't see any specialty or differentiation out of them. Then, when everybody is all identical, then you will look at the price already. So our business model, because we are in a service industry, we are trying to move up the value chain to become more premium provider. So we do not want our customers to just look at the price. We want our customers to look at the values added to them, any additional services that we can provide it. So TCM at that juncture is our USP. But for now, we are adding more unique selling point to our businesses.
Okay.
For example, we are managing retirement villages, a few acres in some location in Klang Valley, and also in the East Malaysia. Yeah. So that project is all ongoing. We will not put on the website until it's confirmed. So these are the USP, and also not only TCM, we are moving forward to the daycare membership, senior daycare membership. For the seniors to join the daycare club, then they pay an annual fee or monthly fee. It's just like you join a gym membership. Yeah, maybe you pay 1,200 per year, but you can come to the senior daycare unlimited times within the opening hours. Yeah. So these are some services we are creating to differentiate ourselves from others. Yeah. So our USP always change because business is too dynamic and they move too fast. You need to adapt fast and cope with the trends. Thank you.
And then just now I asked this question: why you are focusing on Klang Valley? Is that
Oh,
any
Klang
specific
Valley.
reason?
Yeah, sorry, I missed that out. Of course, based on our market study, again, it go back to the business education. Market analysis. Klang Valley has over 8 million of populations. Comparing to my hometown, only 1 million in Penang. So which one has the bigger market? You know, right? It's Klang Valley. So I'm lucky. I'm very grateful to say I start my very first branch in Kajang. So it's a border between the Cheras and Kajang. It's called Sungai Long. Some of you may know. So that area, we are able to attract people from Cheras, Kajang, and Palakong. So it's huge population. Yeah. So back then was 2018. Our industry was still very new, baby steps. So we were not the most premium one, but our service is good enough to attract customers. So Klang Valley, I would say, is still our core, our turf here, followed by Penang and other major cities. But probably after all the major cities, we have our presence. Then we will move on to tier 2 cities. For example, Kuantan, Ipoh, Malacca, Seremban, these cities.
Okay, thank you. Last question as a follow-up here, actually. Talking about TCM.
Yep.
At least we go to Western medicine, we're going to have a sort of guarantee that, okay, it is going to be having a high efficacy rate. If something goes wrong again, we have to think about the worst case scenario from every perspective, right?
Sure.
Especially when it comes to business perspective. So if at all, if something goes wrong using TCM, if they have found out that, okay, TCM have caused this, who is going to be accountable for it? If it should be you, because you are the founder and the CEO. If it is you, how you going to handle this? Because TCM, as you said, some believe, some not believe, and those who not believe is going to show all the outrage to you. It's going to be, okay, I said you don't use this, and then you use this, and then you use this as a unique selling point somehow. So everything going to be just like a very challenging scenario for you.
Okay.
So
Those customers who do not believe in TCM, they will not get the treatment.
Okay.
Because we do not push the TCM treatment to them. We only sell to those who believe in TCM, right? But what if the people who believe in TCM and they get some mistreatment or negligence, right? Where during the TCM doctor treat them. So of course, in medical negligence is a very big issue. It will cost you a legal case. People will issue you a letter of demand, right? So there's a huge risk that we must be think of many ways to mitigate the risk. No business is without risk, you must know, right? Even shopping mall, they have a lot of risk, right? Competitor risk or somebody fall because of the slippery floor,
Yeah, true.
you can sue.
Mm.
Yeah, so know your rights. Study law, okay? Know your rights. So for us to mitigate the risk of being sued, if any case of negligence, we buy medical malpractice insurance. So again, you have many ways to mitigate, yeah, or to minimize the risk. So one way for us is acquiring insurance, and of course we also set the limit, right? Uh, do we really need $500,000 of compensation if any people sue us, or we can adjust the amount? So that comes again to our calculated risk. Yeah, you buy insurance to mitigate the risk. If anything really happen, at least you have something to counter, right? If you don't buy, then I think the whole company will screw up. All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. And then moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
In the ever-evolving business landscape, innovation plays a pivotal role in creating opporthreats, situation where opportunities and threats are closely interrelated. We recognize your expertise in this area and kindly request you to shed light on significance of innovation in generating opporthreats. Additionally, we would greatly appreciate your insights on how business can foster a culture of innovation within the organization.
All right. Innovation, yes. Innovation plays very important part in every businesses. Um, Innovation create values. Yeah, you must always understand businesses created values. And for us, we don't have products. So we have to innovate in terms of our service offerings. We provide different kinds of services. And also, we innovate our business models, like how you collect the payment. There are many ways, right? You can do touch and go, credit card, debit card. So you innovate your business model as well. There are many business models we can play around. If you want to get more cash flow in advance, you can ask them to pay 3 months in advance. You pay every quarter, or you want to pay every month, monthly payment. So these are all the payment method you can play with in every businesses. So innovation is in every part of the businesses. It's not just on the product or services alone. It can be innovation in your team culture, innovation in your team's process, SOPs, company process, HR hiring. It's all innovation. Okay? And sales marketing department, they need a lot of innovation. Yeah. You just post your job ads on the job street or Facebook is not enough. Because what you do, exactly what other companies do.
True.
Right? People also have money to post on job street and Facebook. So what makes you different, and how do you do more to attract the talents? So that's key. The marketing and sales team, HR team, they need to innovate some strategy to acquire talents, right? Either they go to some career fair is also common. They can go to the lecturers, they can do some CSR with the universities, university relations. Yeah, these are all part of the efforts, right? And maybe let me just stress more on the innovation in business survival. I think all you know NVIDIA, right?
Yep.
Yeah, NVIDIA. You see how much the price of a share now in the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah. So the founder, Jensen Huang, you can go and study his profile. He's a great innovator. He never gave up, and he cultivated freedom of doing mistakes in the organization. Because if you want to have great innovation, it must be coming from many mistakes. The mistakes accumulated, it will go to eventually a big success. So that's one thing I learned from NVIDIA, right? Previously, they are competing with all the phone chips, right? But they fail in the chips market of the mobile phone because they are just too competitive. So they innovate and change their business model. They innovate their business model to focus on a GPU. GPU is called graphic processing unit. So they are the only one who do a GPU that is in terms of the bigger scale, global scale.
Yeah, true.
So now they are the greatest innovator of GPU and also in AI. Yeah. So innovation is what our younger generations should really look into it. It cannot be done overnight, right? Innovation, it needs to come from your daily lives. How you live your lives, how you solve your problems innovatively, and how you absorb the new knowledges from different areas. Be it you watch your Netflix, you learn some new ideas, or you copy some ideas from overseas and you modify it to become yourself. That is also called innovation, right? Innovation doesn't mean you created something from scratch. Yeah. So creative and innovative is there are slight difference. Yeah. So for us, our company, every staff, every colleagues, we want them to be innovative in terms of the way they communicate with the customers, they serve the customers, the pricing wise, packages. We launch packages every quarter. So innovation is very important to be able to succeed in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Okay. Talking about the innovation, right? How are you going to validate the innovation is going to bring success to your business? Or innovation, from my perspective, as
Yep.
the saying goes, I don't know you know this or not, people can eat like this. People can eat also like this. Like, what's the purpose of you eating like this? You can eat straight like this. So innovation, sometimes it's not useful. You can just make the people see like, wow, you have made that. But what's the purpose? At the end of the day, it's not a purpose at all. Maybe people can see, okay, they can talk for 1 minute, okay, you have done something very good, okay, kudos. But no use from it, no ROI, something like that. So how you going to validate, okay, the innovation is going to bring something to your business again?
Um, every 1 million innovations, probably just 0.1% of innovations really make it to become a multi-billion dollar business. All right? So I think that happens more in the tech industry. Yeah. So tech industry, they need to innovate more products and services in order to compete, to catch up with the trend. Yeah, to catch up with the trend. So probably NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, the founder, has said many times, there are so many products, innovations they never launch, never surface to the market because they don't think it's good enough and not many people want to buy these products. So the GPU that they launch is something that have validated and tested the market and got people want to pay to get this chip, right? So how do you validate? Is by testing the market. You roll out your alpha phase product to the market and you check how are the customers' response, right? By acquiring subscription. So from there you can know how much value people is willing to transact to get your products and services. Yeah. So again, you can have the greatest innovation, but nobody buy.
Yeah,
That's always happen. Okay, you can have the greatest innovation, but nobody buy. So in order to know if your innovation can really monetize, you need to roll your alpha phase or beta phase products to the market and let it try. Right? Give it some time. Sometimes it's the product doesn't hit the S curve. Yeah, you all need to know what is S curve. S curve means when the trend is picking up, that innovation hit the right timing, it will fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what if the GPU they launch it in 1998? I don't think it's useful. It won't make it. So timing is also important. S curve. But nobody can tell you when is the S curve happen. That's the tricky part. Right? If you are able to judge and guess, okay, when is the S curve roughly the upward trend going to happen, wow, you can make billions. But that's not easy. That depends on your business acumen, your experience, your judgment, and your study, and your sense of the whole market. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Just now we talked about CSR, right? I believe all the growing companies or all the GLCs,
Yep.
they highly stress on CSR.
Correct.
From your perspective, after one time you have grown into a very big business, sort of, So how your CSR role is going to be? From my perspective, I'm going to say, okay, if I am the founder of this senior care residence, I'm going to say, okay, for this year, I'm going to have a target where, for example, 50 seniors, I'm going to just take care of them for free. So from your perspective, if you are forced to do CSR, what's going to be your idea for it?
Okay. Um, to our company, the CSR that we would always more inclined to is to help those elderlies who needed the service, but they do not have the sufficient budget to come into our residence. So we will co-sponsor
Okay.
with the donors or any people who want to sponsor, okay, donors or sponsors. So that's one of the CSR initiative. Another is we also need to educate the younger generations about the importance of senior care. So that's what we are doing, because we realize the importance of senior care is not made known to the younger generations enough.
Okay.
So we need to go to more educational institutions to share what is senior care and why is it important. And I believe most of us have grandparents, parents who will age one day.
True.
So they need to start to know there's senior care services exist in the community, in the market, and which brand they can go to, right? So CSR, I would say, is a win-win situation for both the companies and also to the beneficiaries, right? Because, of course, the company need the kind of exposure to create awareness and also to give back to the community. It's both ways. And the beneficiaries, they also looking forward to some sponsors like us to help them to sponsor, right? So, of course, there are many CSR initiatives we can do, but again, depend on the financial capability of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Of course, we would like to sponsor people to study nursing and doctors, but that's beyond our capability at this moment, right? So if we are able to grow fast, grow bigger, and you have more budget, of course, that will be something we're looking forward to. Yeah, scholarships to medical students. Thank you.
Good luck for it. I
Thank you.
wish you would do that, because sponsorship for medical, it's not common.
It's not cheap. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
high.
I know,
I
yeah.
would better sponsor IT students.
Yeah,
But-
true, true, true.
Yeah, of course, we will launch an app next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
looking
The
forward
app
to it.
is co-developed with app company. Yeah. So we just design and plan and use the app only. The technical is by the app company.
Okay, looking forward for it. And then while talking about the co-sponsorship, right, is there any specific reason for co-sponsor? Because how I look at sponsorship, right, sometimes people does not value free things. If you give it for free, people is going to say, okay, it's for free, just leave the seniors there.
True.
Even the kid won't even take care of the parents. I mean, what I believe is, as the quote saying, good deeds will return you back. So if you do something, even if you just teach someone else, the next day something is going to return for you. So if you're going to give free for certain people, for you, you're going to deeds. But is that help is being appreciated? It's a very
You're right.
important
Absolutely.
question.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
That's why we do not sponsor 100%.
Uh-huh.
We co-sponsor. You give $1, we will give $1. If the
Got it.
cost of the care is 5,000, we can pay 2,005, and the family must find somebody else to pay the 2,005. So this model we learn from many NGO overseas. You can't fully sponsor. Actually, scholarship we can co-sponsor also. 100,000 we sponsor 50,000. So they more appreciate, right? Yeah, good.
Okay. Moving forward to the next question. Business world is constantly evolving with various trends and changing shapes the entrepreneurial landscape. In the lights of development, we kindly request you to share the insights of specific trends or changes in business world that have amplified the importance of embracing opporthreats for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Like now we have YouTube, Facebook Live, you have TikTok, so many social media. In fact, you can get access to many business information as easier as you can, as fast as you can, much more faster than 10, 20 years ago. So today, we have seen the business dynamics is too fast. Like for my industry, for the past 5 to 6 years, all our industry players, we evolve very fast, tremendously. Yeah, we started from a housing model to become a commercial model, commercial shops, then move on to hotels, and moving on, there are operators who want to acquire land and build their own buildings within a short span of 5 to 6 years. So that's fast for a young entrepreneur or young company like us. We need to grow even faster to cope with the trend, right? We cannot stay too slow and you're out from the game because you're just too slow. And also because of all the information available online, you can know what is a trend happen overseas. Usually what trend that's happened in US, London, Australia, that happening now, another 5 years it will happen here. So you must have an international perspective, right? You know what's happening outside of Malaysia, then you're always ahead. You're always ahead. You know what's going to happen to your industry in the next 3 to 5 years. So, yeah.
Okay. Um, Another thing to add on, say, talking about risk, yes, we can see you are excelling in the field. How are you going to handle other companies copying your business model, everything? If there's another company emerging, just copy 100% your business model and then everything, or unique selling point. How are you going to? Because sometimes I would say the cost comes for the idea also. So if they're going to just copy your idea, they can offer for a cheaper price. How are you going to handle it?
Okay. Okay. Very good question, and you all must pay full attention. Okay. If the idea is so easy to be copied, do you think it's $1 billion idea? No. Ideas are cheap. Okay. You can get any ideas now on your phone. Which cafe is the best now in PJ? Okay. What is the best shopping mall in KL now? You get everything. Why don't you just copy our ICT mall and build another bigger shopping mall, right? It's not as easy as said. Ideas are cheap, but you need to accomplish it with ruthless execution. Yeah? Ruthless execution means once the idea is complete, you execute it, focus. Yeah. You keep on knocking on the plan, make it work. Okay? Talk about it, plan about it, do it, get it. Very important. So when my friends told me, hey, Jimmy, I'm very afraid if I share my idea to the mentor steal my idea and start his own business. Then I said, wow, your idea is quite cheap. If the ideas are so easy to be copied and built and succeed and make multi-millions, then the idea is also not so great. It's so simple, simple idea, right? It's quite a normal idea. Right? Can you try to copy NVIDIA GPU? You try? If it's so easy to copy, then you're also a multi-billionaire. You copy GPU, you copy ChatGPT. So the ideas, don't be afraid to share with your friends, mentors. But of course, competitors, I would say we know each other's well in terms of their strategy, what is their future plan, because it's all available online. You can't be living in your own cave anymore. Yeah, if I want to live in my own cave, I also will not do this sharing today. Share all my business secrets and plans and so on. Yeah, because after I share, if I go back, all my team didn't execute the plan. It's also nothing, right?
True.
It's nothing. It's just talking on the paper, on a piece of paper. You can say a lot of hoo-ha. You can say you are the biggest care center in Malaysia. You have the most locations, but in fact you don't have. Then it's nothing. So idea are cheap. Execution is key.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jimmy. Okay, moving forward, the last question for this forum today. Failure is an inevitable part of any entrepreneurial journey, but it can also serve a valuable learning experience for those who embrace it. With this in mind, we kindly request you to share your insights on how entrepreneurs can effectively leverage failure as a valuable learning experience when it comes to taking risks.
Failure. Okay. Failures usually generates lessons learned. Okay. For you to grow, you need a lot of lessons for you to become a better person. So failures and mistake is not necessarily bad. Okay. Of course, everyone tries to avoid mistakes, try to avoid failures. It's normal. I also try to avoid failures, right? That's why I go to exam, I study the most, I do a lot of past year papers, and I want to get good grades. It's good. But what if you really fail, and you don't know the reason? That's the most scariest part.
True.
You need to know why you fail and why this mistake happened. If you don't know the mistake happened, maybe you can get some third party to tell you what really happened to your mistakes. You can ask anybody surrounding you. Yeah. If you think that the people surrounding you, nobody can give you a good advice, maybe you can look for some stranger that you think achieve higher success than you. You say, hi, I think you are doing great in this area, and I have something that I need to share with you. Are you willing to help me? Because I also want to learn. I believe if this guy is a supportive people, he will help. Just a few words. Maybe that will change your life. So mistakes and failures always generate lessons learned. So for the lessons learned, you get to overcome a lot of hindrance. That's number one. Secondly, the risk-taking ability. Yeah. So with so many groundworks you have done, if you are willing to take the calculated risk, the future is yours. It's true. If you are willing to take calculated risks, and then you leverage on your previous past failures, you will not be that bad when you go out. Either you work in a corporate or you start your own business. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. Talking about failure, I'm not sure how things works on your business or entrepreneurship journey. Yes, definitely, I would agree with you. We have to fail in something in order to get you the spirit of you have to gain something in your life. If you don't fail in anything, it's going to be like, okay, everything is going to be very good. I didn't score well in British. I I would say I won't even study in my Form 1 to Form 3. I'll just skip all my homeworks, and then I was somehow, I don't know how, I was in a good class, but I won't do any homework. I'll just spend my time playing computer games and all that stuff. My parents won't really take care of my studies because from their perspective, I'm in a good class. So they just let me do what I'm doing. I'm not attending any tuition classes. So I just went on. Pretty, my score was bad, like really, really bad. But that was a turning point into me. Like, you have to do failure. Like, at that point, even the people you think that's going to be supporting you, they won't support you. Trust me, they're going to be a person who's going to backlash, going to tell everything about you, but only you knows what's the value of failure. You can take it maybe in a perspective like, okay, you should not go to that path again, or that failure will let you know, okay, you should do all this to avoid the failure and lead you to the success way. I believe you would have faced some failures for you to realize, okay, I shouldn't do this. Or you can learn from the other people's failure rather than be exaggerating other people's success. I believe learning on other people's failure
True.
will will lead you to the success way.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just a bit add on, right? There's a saying, I think I mentioned just now. Failure is the father of success, right?
Yeah.
But success is also the mother of failure.
True, true.
It's true. So when you achieve some success, if you don't grow, you stagnant, after a while you become failure. Yeah. You imagine if I maintained my business model back in 2018 until now, 2023, I would have failed. I would have closed. But we continuously evolve and improve ourselves. So it's vice versa. It's Opporthreat actually, the principle. So I hope today you all get the values of what is Opporthreat, right? So you said, yes, there's a turning point, right? I still remember last time, 15 years old, I went to the cyber cafe a lot. We play Dota. So I wasted a lot of money, and I feel that doesn't add value to my academics, right? And I play a lot of computer games and mobile games. That time, mobile game is using the button one. There's no touch screen. Yes, yes. So I play a lot of that. But last time we had PMR. Okay, so PMR is just 4 or 5 months away. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, I realized, oh, PMI is just around the corner. I have not studied at all. I started to panic. Okay, I started to panic. Then I said, oh, what if all my classmates, they all score very well? Because that time, I think I'm in quite a good class. But many of my friends, they are from the B and C. But they are my good friends until today. I didn't say they are bad, but just that time we are all playing games a lot. It's bad. So I quickly pulled out from that gang. Then I just focused on myself. I studied, and eventually I got AA. So it's very about the determination and that turning point, like you say. You suddenly just realize. And 15 years old until now, so many years already, I never touched computer game at all. I didn't say computer games are bad, okay? Computer games industry is huge, make billions of dollars. But for me, it's a thing that has become a turning point, yeah, to totally do not touch at all. I rather go for other better activities to spend my leisure time. So you see that failure suddenly become turning point that I never touch the game until today. If you invite me to play also, maybe I play a while only. Then I won't have the addiction already. Okay, thank you.
True. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy, for sharing all the
Thank you.
experience now. Moving forward, let's open up the forum to questions from participants who are keen to learn more about Opporthreat, taking risks in life and career. We received some insight from students, but before that, since we have participants here, feel free to ask any questions you may have, and let's continue this engaging conversation on entrepreneurship. Over to you guys. Yeah. Any questions you guys have first?
How many online?
I'm not sure the list with the other moderator there.
Okay.
Have any questions? I might.
Okay, great. It's usually very hard to see students ask questions in this
True.
occasion. So we should give encouragement. We should give encouragement to this student.
Hi, Mr. Jimmy.
Hi.
I'm Shafika. So
Shafika.
basically, when I knew about your background, like being the founder in senior care industry, right? I kind of like think that this industry is not really something that I really study or look to. I just know that usually when I go to my hometown in Ipoh, I usually see like senior care residences everywhere. That's what I see. So I just want to know, like, from your own perspective, right? Being the founder of like Mintygreen Senior Residences, how do you see like yourself being the founder as like the being an advantage to your business? Because I think like usually when I see the founder of senior care residences, usually I think of someone like
Older.
old, yeah.
That's what the social stigma is, I tell you. Stereotype. Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to know, like, from your own perspective, how like you being the advantage in this industry yourself.
Great. Okay, thank you to be the first mover out of so many people. Yeah, thank you very much. We should encourage that, yeah, active participation. That's what we want. Yes, I'm still the youngest entrepreneur in this industry now. I do not know if another 3-5 years we have somebody younger than me to operate this business. I do not know. But for now, yes. Definitely, there are more advantages than disadvantage as the youngest entrepreneur in this industry because me personally, we are able to bring in more new energy and more new ideas, innovations into the senior care industry, right? Like you said, in Ipoh, there are so many old folks residents. They're all using housing, and their business model didn't change for the past 10, 20 years. It's all same. So that's what our role. Our team are relatively young. Yeah.
Okay.
Our teams are average just 28. So we are very young. But all of us play a very important role to bring up the standards of senior care living in Malaysia. Yeah. So one day, EDC, you all can organize a trip to our HQ. Yeah, you can see how the young energy we have in our residence. Yeah, there are many innovations we do in every part in terms of the games that we created. Of course, some of the games you also learn from overseas. Yeah, we try to bring what is good overseas to our local senior care industry. And of course, we also use more social medias nowadays. Yeah, TikTok is the next step, but our team is not ready yet. Yeah, there are many senior residents started to use TikTok already, but they are the younger founders as well. Yeah, I would say in my industry now, surprisingly, most of the senior care operators that growing fast and doing better, they are all just slightly older than me a few years. So we are about the same age, 30 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 plus. Sorry, disclose my age already. Yeah, about 30 plus. So all of us are relatively young. We are able to do a lot of different things to challenge the status quo, to do a lot of personalization, customization of services to improve the senior care landscape. So yes, there's more advantage. There are more pros than cons. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Afika. Is there any question from here? Yeah. Bang. Yep. Give him a round of applause first.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So I have a question. There is a famous Chinese quote. People will say that suffering is a blessing.
Suffering is?
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Yes.
It's a very famous quote in Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So how do you imply that in your journey up to today? And my next question is, it's easy for people to, pitch to investors to get the funds, but it will take time, as you say, to outsource the fund. But what about utilizing those funds? Because as an accountant, accounting field, people like us, we will be thinking like how to utilize those amount of money. You as a person who from engineering background, how do you have the idea to utilize this amount in a proper way to gain profit and at the same time to reduce your costs?
Oh, great question. Really great question. Good. I think if you throw this question to the whole faculty of engineering, none of them can answer you. Yeah. So it happens to me 7 years ago. I know a bit of the balance sheet, cash flow statement, management account, all those. And we did some basic accounting subjects in engineering school. But if you talk more detail, right, how do we have the scope of financial control, all those payroll, I don't have any idea. So how do I overcome that? Again, it's the same. Always find a way. Yeah, there's only one problem, but there are unlimited ways of solutions. You must remember. You have many ways to solve a problem. Problem is there's only one. So I contacted my friends. Actually, I contacted many. At that time, all my friends are mostly students, right? So if I ask them, it won't help. So I started to contact my seniors who are already working in the corporate world. They have some accountant friends. They have some people from the finance, or some of them managing some cafes and shops. So I called up the cafe owner and the restaurant owners. Yes, they have some freelance accountants to help. So that's how I started to engage a freelance accountant and coming to help us, to do the budgeting, cash flow statement, management account, and so on. Yeah, because we started as a Senjang Berhad also, so there are many things to learn. Company law, the SSM law, Companies Act, labor law, HR, everything you need to learn. So entrepreneurship is a tough journey, but I don't regret to venture into it because I really learn a lot. I get the knowledge of every parts of the company, be it from marketing to sales to HR to managing, operation, everything. So I get to see the bigger picture of an organization now. Yes. So thank you for your question. Yes, I don't know anything about finance 7 years ago, but now I have the high level knowledge. And to upgrade myself, that's why I enroll myself into a Master of International Business. To upgrade my knowledge. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have question from Google Meet as well. The first question is from OGZ. I believe if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly, sorry. But his question is, let's say I want to venture into a new business that is being positioned in a totally different field, such as Mintygreen, that is being in a medical field, but I don't have any experience or knowledge related to the field. So I will need to do a lot of studies and research. What are the effective platforms or method I can best learn from, as reliability of information in the internet is uncertain or inconsistent? Do you have any suggestion on how to start a business in the field with the minimum time spent?
Start a different business.
Yep.
Okay. For every businesses, if you want to start, I think there must be some existing business already exists, right? So with the existing business, if they are similar to your business idea, so I would say you try to refer to their model and learn from them, and then you see what are the gaps exist within their business. There must be gaps, right? Like the nursing homes that we subscribed to 7 years ago for my grandmom, is actually quite a, I would say, okay place. It's quite reasonable, comfortable. But there are gaps, like in terms of the food quality, in terms of the payment method. It's very troublesome for us to take the whole stack of cash, a few thousand, to pay. So these are all the gaps you can identify from the existing businesses, and you identify the top 3 pain points, right? Of the top 3 pain points of the business is solving. Then you are able to supersede, to outperform from the existing business owners. But of course, you say online information not entirely accurate. Of course, you can always refer to many sources, right? Like you do your thesis, you have many sources. You can refer to many articles. If you think this one is not entirely correct, you go to other articles, or you read newspapers. There are so many sources. Or you can ask some existing entrepreneurs, maybe your friend, your relatives who started some small business. Also, they are able to mentor you, to consult. Yeah, you can get a lot of advices, or even your lecturers. Yeah, something I would like to share with you all. Since you're all still in university, actually, you should start making friends with your lecturers. Yeah, I have made good friends with our Faculty of Engineering and Faculty of Business lecturers, because they can really help you. Yeah, if you want to do some business proposal, if you are looking for some consultation, before doing some pitch deck. So be a good friend to your lecturers, and that's how they can help you out. And they have a lot of connections, actually. You imagine one lecturer, 1 year, they teach how many students? Yeah. But of course, during graduation, you all should connect on the LinkedIn to keep the relationship there. Okay? Thank you.
Okay. I would say don't just curse your lecturers.
Be a good friend to your lecturers, yes. They have many networks, no joke.
Yeah. Okay, due to the time constraint, I would like to restrict to the last question now from the Google Meet as well. How can we adapt our business model to seize opportunities presented by changes in consumer behavior or preferences?
Can you repeat again?
How we can adapt our business model to seize opportunities presented changes in consumer behavior or preferences?
Okay. Adaptation to the current business trend is an ongoing process. It never ends, it never stops, it's always ongoing. Every day, our organization change. Every staff, we ask all the colleagues to think of a different way on how to improve the service. Don't be afraid of struggle, because struggle creates success. Okay? So every day, for me, myself, on a personal level, I try to fill up my schedule with a lot of activities. Meeting people, meeting our colleagues, meeting new mentors, also listening to some business podcasts. Some of the CEO talks online. So you have to improve yourself in every aspect, right? So businesses is always evolving a thing. It's an evolving system that need constant renewal of the ideas. So as an entrepreneur myself, I need to have a lot of ideas in order to contribute to the company. Yeah. So I got a lot of ideas from many sources actually. I can search online YouTube, see the Korean senior care, see the US retirement villages, and then I will bring it back to the meeting table and share to all my colleagues. And our colleagues, they also have their own a set of ideas on how to improve. So adaptation to the ecosystem, to the whole business environment is very pivotal to survive,
Okay.
right? In order to thrive, you must survive first, right? If you unable to adapt, you can't even survive. So don't talk about thrive, okay? So always adapt and cope.
All right.
So if let's say the next pandemic come, we already know what is it like, yeah?
Yeah.
To cope and adapt with that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. So, participants, in conclusion, the concept of Opporthreat emphasizes the importance of taking risks, both in life and career, highlighting the potential rewards and challenges involved. Today's engaging session with wonderful speaker, Mr. Jimmy, have provided us the valuable insights into the topic. By embracing the calculated risks and adapting a growth mindset, we can navigate the uncertainties of entrepreneurship and achieve a personal and professional growth. Mr. Jimmy have shared his experience and shed light on unique skills and qualities required to succeed in taking risks. He emphasized the significance of innovation, adaptability, resilience in overcoming obstacles and seizing opportunity. His story have inspired not only me, all the participants, I believe, exploring new paths, challenge ourselves, and pursue our goals with determination. To connect with our esteemed speaker, Mr. Jimmy, can you share your LinkedIn account so that we can create connection with you? Who knows? We may
Sure.
have the chance to collaborate with you and become part of your venture future. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you just type Jimmy Yeap, then you will get it on the LinkedIn. Yeah, I think we will have a networking session later, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So is that all? Maybe I can have a closing remark to them also.
Before that, I just
Finish
concluded.
your, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
On behalf of organizers, we express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Jimmy for graciously sharing your time, thoughts, and experience at our event. We're also immensely thankful for all the participants, also in the Google Meet, who have actively engaged in the forum session. Sorry from our side because we couldn't answer all the questions from you. Should there be any shortcomings from our part, we apologize and appreciate your understanding. Yeah, Mr. Jimmy, your closing
Okay.
remarks.
So last but not least, I hope this 2-hour session has indeed benefited you in any ways. Now you're still studying, so in the university level, try to join as many activities as possible. That's how you learn how to work in an organization. Yeah. So when you work in an organization like clubs and societies, you are okay to make mistakes. So because with the capacity of a student, you are allowed to make mistakes before you do the real mistakes in the corporate world. That will be even worse, right? So I did my first failure in university level in organizing a very low turnout conference. So yeah, fail fast and try more things before you graduate. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
So, before we conclude the session, there's going to be a photography session later after we conclude the session. Your beautiful faces will be featured in Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, so please give us a follow in the social media as we regularly update our platform with the upcoming events, upcoming information about our events. So additionally, we value your feedback on today's event as it will help improve and cater your needs effectively. Once again, I am Madhan Krishnan, and I would like to extend my gratitude for your presence and participation. Thank you. Take care. For those who have final exams, good luck for you all, and those who have finished everything for this semester, good luck. Good luck for your semester break. See you again next time. Thank you.
Thank you.